2. Okay. So same as usual. Getting your usual props to the band and ball pillow. Something you can use it to assist and something that you can use it to resist. Finding your comfortable position. So if I'm seated, I'm going to try and see if I can open up and lift to the front of the body a little bit more. So creating space into the belly so that the diaphragm can descend easily, encouraging that nice relaxed belly breath. If I'm laying down, just allowing the floor to take the weight, relaxing, resting the head, the shoulders, and the hips onto the mat. Finding a comfortable position for the legs too. And then I'm just going to focus on the breath and doing the usual scan over the body. So noticing any stiffness through the shoulders, the neck. I'm not changing anything, just notice how the body is today, how you feel today, how it is today. And then as you feel that the breath is a little bit calmer, the body feels a little bit more relaxed, then we're going to start working on the shoulder girdle. I'm going to shrug the shoulders up to the head, I'm going to elevate the shoulders, and then I'm going to press them down and away, depress them. So I'm going to shrug them up, lift them up to the head, towards the ears, and then I'm going to press them down, depress them. Same as usual, just picturing your shoulder blades like 2 little cars that you're running up and down the back of the ribcage. Notice if one car goes further than the other, or one car moves better than the other. See if I can try and create a smooth movement, an even movement, right and left side. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and releasing back. We're keeping the shoulders depressed, so keeping the shoulders down and away from the head. I'm going to start turning the head to look over one shoulder, coming back to the center, and then turning to look the other way. So again, noticing how far around I can turn one way, how far around I can turn the other. With the corner of the eye, checking that the shoulder is not moving backwards, so I'm not turning from the thoracic, I'm not turning from the upper back, I'm just turning from the cervical, I'm just turning from the neck. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then I'm going to turn to look over the right shoulder, and then keeping the head looking right. I'm just going to tap the chin as if I was trying to drop the chin to the right shoulder. So I'm going to tap the chin, drop the nose. Then I'm going to lift it again and again tuck it in, drop the chin, drop the nose, and then lift it again. So see if you can think of a gentle stretch coming down the left side of the neck. So as I turn, I can feel a little bit of attraction. As I drop the head, I can feel a little bit more of a pull. It shouldn't be painful, just a little release. 5, 4, making sure that the right shoulder is staying down and staying relaxed. 3, 2, 1. Easing the head back to the center, giving the shoulders a little roll. I'm going to turn to look over that left shoulder, and then I'm going to do the same. So keeping the head to the left, I'm going to tap the chin, and then dropping the chin, dropping the nose, and then I'm going to lift back. Tucking the chin, dropping the nose, and then easing back. So noticing how different the movement might be feeling on this side. I might find that it moves easier, it feels a bit stiffer. The stretch on the right side of the neck feels easier or feels stronger. I'm not forcing, I don't want to create pain. 4, 3, 2, last one, out, releasing back, turning the head back to the middle again, the shoulders a little wriggle, making sure that the neck feels okay, and then I'm going to start adding the arm to the movement, or the shoulder to the movement. So this time I'm going to turn the palm to face out, whichever arm, right or left, and then scooping the arm around the side, I'm going to bring it towards the head. Then I'm going to ease the arm back, and then turning the palm to face towards the head again. I'm going to scoop the other arm out to the side, bringing it towards the head and back. The same as usual, if I'm seated up, taking the arm all the way, it's harder than if I'm lying down as I'm working against gravity. So it doesn't matter if the movement is small, it doesn't matter if the arm has to come forward slightly, just to see if you can encourage some movement into the shoulder joint that is not creating tension again into the neck. So see if I can create a nice loose swing with the right and a nice loose swing with the left. If I'm laying down, see if I can use the floor to guide the arm, as if I was trying to brush the floor with the arm as I'm opening it towards the head, and then as I'm coming back. Just making sure that the shoulder is not straining. If there is pain, then the arm has to come away from the floor slightly. So I need to find a better angle into the shoulder joint that is not causing any pinching, any pain. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and releasing back, relaxing the shoulders, releasing the arms. There's a little bit more movement into the shoulder. I want to make sure that I've not created any tension into the neck. So this time I'm going to keep the head, or keep the nose pointing straight forward, straight up. And then I'm just going to go for a little side to side. So I'm going to bring the right ear down to the right shoulder, flex into the right, the left ear to the left shoulder, flex into the left. So again, feeling the stretch down the side of the neck, a slightly different angle than before. It almost starts from the base of the ear and then comes down the side, almost to the top of the shoulder. Making sure that the movement is not causing pain down the arms or any tingling into the fingers. And then if I feel that the movement feels quite easy, I can make the stretch maybe a little bit stronger. Then think of depressing the shoulder you're pulling away from. So as I drop my right ear to my right shoulder, I'm going to press my left shoulder down. So see if I can create a little bit more traction down the left side of the neck. Then as I drop my left ear to my left shoulder, I'm going to press my right shoulder down. So if I can create a little bit more stretch down the right side of the neck. 4, 3, 2, last one, and raising back, returning the head back to the middle, neck again feeling a little bit looser. I'm going to change the direction of the movement. It's still working through the shoulders, still working through the arm. This time, instead of going for a lateral raise, I'm going to go for a front raise. So imagine to be reaching the arm. If I'm sitting, imagine to be reaching the arm up as if I was trying to get to the top shelf. Then I'm going to ease back, and then with the other arm, I'm going to do the same. If I'm lying down, I'm going to take the arm as far back as I can, and then easing the arm back, I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Same as you did for the lateral raise, adjusting the angle and the position of the arm so that as the arm comes up, it doesn't feel as if it's catching on the shoulder, as if creating any pinching or pain into the shoulder or any pain down the arm. Comparing right and left side, one side feels easier, one side maybe a little bit heavier or a little bit stiffer. Play with the position of the hand. If I turn the hand a slightly different way, it changes the way the arm inserts into the shoulder socket. So I might actually find a better movement, an easier lift, a smoother lift. 4, 3, 2, last one, and releasing back, relaxing the shoulders, releasing the arms, and then same as before, I'm just going to try and ease off with some of the tension from the neck. So I'm going to set my left hand between the chin and the chest. So I'm just going to tap the hand in there, towards in the fist if you want to. I'm just going to rest the chin onto the left hand. With the right hand, I'm going to reach behind the head, and then I'm going to try and pull the base of the skull away from the neck. So I'm going to try and lengthen and stretch the back of the neck. So the chin will stop pressing a little bit harder onto the hand. Because the hand is there, I'm not compressing anything. I'm going to hold the tension. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to ease back. I'm going to switch the hands around. So I'm going to place the fist between the chin and the breast, and the chin and the top of the chest, and then I'm just going to rest the chin on it. With the left hand, I'm going to grab hold of the base of the skull, and then I'm just going to try and lift it and pull it away. So think of curling your head forward, holding that tension, holding the stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And releasing back. Returning the head back to the center position. Again, neck is a little bit looser. I'm going to start moving down into the thoracic spine, into the upper back. First thing, I want to create a little bit of opening. So, doesn't matter if I'm seated or lying down, I'm just going to work on retracting the shoulders. So I'm going to draw the shoulders back. I'm going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, and at the same time, I'm going to exaggerating the movement. So I'm just going to push the chest forward, and then trying to lift it up, as if I was trying to bring my breastbone towards my chin. Then I'm going to release, and then I'm going to try again. So retracting the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades together. I'm going to try and lift and open up, and then I'm just going to release back. If you're lying down, imagine to be arching the back of the ribcage away from the mat. So see if you can create that nice opening across the front of the chest, and at the same time, a nice easy extension into the thoracic spine, into the upper back. 5, extending and opening, and releasing back. 4, 3, 2, last one, and releasing back, giving the shoulders a little bit of a roll, just a little bit more opening across the front of the chest. I'm going to see if I can start getting a little rotation going. So I'm going to reach the arms to the front, hands together, hands apart, crossing the arms onto the chest if I rather, and then I'm just going to start rotating towards the right. So I'm going to turn to the right as far around as I can, especially if I'm seated, see if I can take advantage of the fact that there is nothing behind me preventing me from moving. Coming back to the center, and then I'm going to rotate to the left. Coming back to the center, and then rotate to the right. Every time that you go back to the center, see if you can try and encourage yourself to lengthen out. So I'm just going to reach myself longer, feeling the belly working to create that lift, to create that support as you're moving gently from side to side. So it's nice and easy. I'm not forcing, especially if you're seated. Notice the shoulders, they tend to shrug up to the head, they tend to come up to the ears. So every once in a while, see if I can remind them to drop down, to stay down, making sure that the neck doesn't stiffen up again. If I'm lying down, think of using the top arms of the arm that is reaching across to create a little bit more of a pull behind the shoulder and across the middle of the back. So see if I can really encourage that reach across, so that it's going to allow the shoulder to lift and the body to turn just a little bit more. And then turning the other way. 4, 3, 2, last one, and releasing back, returning the body back to the middle, adjusting the shoulders, adjusting the back. And then I'm going to go back to the front of the chest. I'm going to go back into that opening, but this time I'm going to make it a little bit stronger. So grabbing hold of your band. If you're lying down, you need to lie down on top of the band. So I'm just going to put the band behind the hips, behind the back. I'm going to hold it so that the hands are roughly by the side of the hips, so shoulders shoulder width apart. And then once the band is set, I'm going to hold on tight onto the band, just put a little tension into it. I'm going to retract the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then I'm going to try and reach with the arms down and away from the head. It's as if somebody grabbed hold of my arms and was pulling them down, pulling them out of the shoulder socket. Then I'm going to release, and then I'm going to try again. So I'm going to retract the shoulders. I'm going to reach long with the arms, and then I'm just going to ease back. 3, and back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 'Last one. Reach through the arms as far as I can. Stretch them long. Lift into the chest as much as you can. Hold in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And releasing back. Releasing the shoulders, relaxing the back. Adjusting the position if I need to. And then I'm going to go back into the rotation. This time I'm going to have a little pull on the arm. So I'm going to reach the right arm straight to the front, and then with the left hand I'm going to hold above or below the elbow joint, not on the elbow joint. I don't want to lock the elbow. Then I'm going to pull the arm nice and close to the chest. So see if you can create a nice stretch going around that right shoulder. And I'm going to turn and take the arm with me going to the left. So stretching a little bit deeper. Then I'm going to release, I'm going to swap the arms, I'm going to reach the left arm, I'm going to hold above or below the elbow joint, hugging the arm nice and close to the chest, and then I'm going to turn to the right and then take the arm with me. See if I can encourage a little bit more stretch. Then coming back, swapping the arms, hugging the right into the chest and then turn into the left. Coming back, hugging the left into the chest and then turning to the right. So nice and easy from one side to the other. See if I can ease off some of the tension from right behind the shoulder blades, from the middle of the rib cage, the middle of the back. 3. 2. On the next one, I'm going to pull the arm across, I'm going to turn, I'm going to hold the stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Easing back to the middle. Swap the arms, hanging the other arm into the chest, turning, taking the arm with you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing back. And giving the shoulders a little bit of a roll, bringing the spine, bringing the rib cage back to the middle. Just a little bit more movement into the thoracic spine. I'm going to change the direction of the movement one more time. I'm going to go into a little lateral flexion. So if I'm sitting on the chair, I don't need to support the head as the head sits on top of the shoulder. If I'm laying down on the mat, I might want to support the head with one hand. And then with the other hand, I'm just going to start reaching down to the side, flexing down one way, easing my way back to the center, and then I'm going to flex to the other side. It's the same as usual. Think of the side of the belly tensing to pull you down one side and then pull you down the other way. Imagine the side of the rib cage dropping down to touch the top of the hip. So I want that distance to close. So I'm just going to flex it down one side, come back, and then I want the other side to close. And then I'm just going to ease my way back again. So maintaining the movement going. If you're seated, see if you can imagine your back to be against the wall. So making sure that I'm not leaning forward or leaning backwards, I'm just moving side to side. If I'm laying down, I'm just using the mat to guide you. So the head is slightly lifted off the ground, so it's not rubbing, it's not dragging along. I'm just going to keep myself facing forward and then pull myself to the side. Then back to the center, keep myself facing forward and then pull myself down the other way. If I feel that the movement feels quite easy, quite comfortable, I want to make it a little bit more challenging. So as I flex it to the right, I'm going to scoop the left arm up and over, and then I'm going to reach it over. And then I'm going to pull back as I flex to the left. I'm going to bring the right arm up and over, stretching a little bit deeper, and then coming back. 4. 3. 2. Last one, and releasing back. Relaxing the shoulders, releasing the back. More movement into the upper body. I'm going to focus on the hips, I'm going to focus on the legs. So first thing, I want some movement into the lower back. So I'm just going to start off with a little pelvic tilt. I'm going to tilt the pelvis back. I'm going to try and roll back onto the back of the seat base, and then I'm going to come forward onto the pubic bone. So I'm going to tilt back and then forward. So think of a little movement coming from the very bottom of the spine. So see if I can get a little rocking going, using the belly to help me create that movement, using the belly to help me stabilize that movement. If I'm seated, I might use the arms as well. to encourage a little push to help me straighten up and sit taller. And then I'm just going to let myself fall back. Then again, I'm going to try and straighten up and sit taller and then fall back. If I'm lying down, think of pressing the lower back into the mat and then lift it away from the mat. Pressing it into the mat and then lifting it away. So loosening up the bottom of the spine, gently massaging the back of the hips to the back of the pelvis. I can feel myself moving gently forward and back. 3, 2, 1, and releasing back. Then changing the direction of the movement from a front to back, I'm going to go for a little side to side. So I'm going to go for a little hip hitch. So I'm going to try and pull my right hip towards the rib cage. So I'm going to try and hitch the right sit bone off the chair, then ease back, and then I'm going to try and hitch that left sit bone off the chair. So if I'm sitting up, this movement, this position is harder as I'm working against gravity. I'm trying to pull up against the gravity that is pulling me down. So I can feel the side of the belly working to create that little hitch side to side. I might need again to use the arms to help me stabilize the movement, to give me a little support. If I'm laying down, there's not so much gravity, but I should still be able to feel the tension on the left side of the belly, pulling that left hip up to the rib cage, and then the tension on the right side of the belly, pulling up on the right side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and releasing back, resetting the hips back to the middle, adjusting the spine. It's a little bit looser down into the lower back, so it feels a little bit more relaxed down the bottom of the spine. What I want is to try and relax into the hip joint. So I'm going to start off with little circles. So if I'm lying down, I'm going to lift one leg up. It doesn't matter which one, I'm going to be doing both. I can hold it with my hands, I can put the strap behind the leg, or I can just keep the leg there. And then imagine a little pencil strap to the top of the knee. I'm just going to start to drawing circles on the ceiling above. So nice smooth movement to see if I can mobilize the hip joint, to see if I can encourage movement into the hip joint. If I'm sitting up, again, I might use that hands, I might use the bands, whichever it's easier. I'm just going to see if I can do the same. The leg doesn't need to lift too high, so it doesn't need to be a massive movement. But see if you can be aware of the thigh bone moving into the hip socket. So see if I can get a little side to side, a little up and down, just to try to warm up into the hip joint, encourage movement into the hip joint. 3, 2, 1. Reversing the circle, going the other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and releasing back, relaxing the hip, releasing the leg. What I want is to do the same thing on the other side. So if I'm using the band, I'm going to set the band behind the other leg. If I'm using the hands, I'm just going to use the hands, and then same as before. See if I can encourage that little circling movement into that thigh, into the thigh bone, trying to get a little articulation into the hip socket. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reversing the circle, going the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And releasing back, relaxing the hip, raising the leg. So hopefully it's a little bit more movement into the hip joint. I'm going to try and see if I can find a little bit more connection now into the hip joint. The first thing I want to try and find the connection to the front of the hip. So I'm going to put my hands onto my thighs. If I'm laying down, I might want to use maybe the ball of the pillow between the thigh and the hand, so that I don't need to strain the head, I don't need to strain the neck to get that far. And then focusing just on your right side, I'm going to push with the hand into the leg, and then I'm going to try and push the leg into the hand. It's as if I was trying to lift the foot off the ground, off the mat, but the hand is pushing me down, so it's not going to let me do that. Then I'm going to ease that tension, and then I'm going to do it again. So see if you can try and find that little pull, the little firing, the front of the hip, to see if I can get those muscles to connect, to switch on, to create that tension. So I'm going to push down with the hand, pull up with the leg. 3, push down with the hand, pull up with the leg. 4, noticing the tension into the front, into the side of the belly, helping me to stabilize that pressure, that tension between the two. 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, I'm going to hold the pressure for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So relaxing the leg, releasing the hip. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. So hand goes onto that left thigh, or the ball between the thigh and the hand, and then I'm going to push the hand on the leg on the hand. Then release the pressure, and then again, pushing the hand into the leg, trying to lift the leg up into the hand, and relax again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, I'm going to hold the pressure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing back. Relaxing the leg, releasing the hip, switching the effort from the front of the hip into the back of the leg, back of the hip. So this time, instead of trying to pull, I'm going to push the leg down. So I'm going to focus on the right leg first. I'm going to push down into the right foot. If I'm seated, I'm going to lean forward as if I was trying to stand on that right leg. Using the arms to give you a little help if I need to. Then I'm going to ease back and then pushing down onto the left foot as if I was trying to stand onto that left leg. And then easing back and then onto the right again. So see if I can be aware this time of a little bit more tension into the back of the leg, back of the hamstrings, the back of the bum. If I'm laying down and I feel comfortable, I can even start to lifting. So I'm going to push down through one foot and then see if I can lift, trying to keep the other leg as light as possible. Then I'm going to ease back and then again pushing down into the other foot to see if I can try and create a little lift, keeping the other leg as light as possible. And then I'm going to ease back down again. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. And releasing back, relaxing the hips, releasing the legs. Finding your straight, comfortable position. And then this time, I want to place one hand onto the belly and then one hand onto top of the chest. And then focusing on the breath. And what I want to focus on is making sure that the hand on the top of the chest is not moving. It's only the hand on the belly that is moving with the breath. So I want the chest to relax and the neck to relax. I want to try and find that nice, relaxed belly breath again. So I'm going to go for 10 deep breaths. I'm going to inhale into the belly. The ribcage stays still, stay quiet. And then I'm going to exhale. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. The collarbone is still soft. The front of the chest is still quiet, still relaxed. 2 more. And then now that I found that nice relaxed breath, if I'm lying down, I'm just going to roll over onto one side. And in my own time, I'm going to push myself up into sitting, finding that comfortable seated position, using the arms at the back to help me support that seated position, leaning onto something if I need to. Just finding the seat bones to see if I can try and create that lift at the front of the body and then extending my way through. So pushing forward from the front of the chest, I'm going to try and lengthen, pulling the breastbone up and away from the pubic bone, lengthening and opening, looking forward, looking up, looking back. And then I'm going to release and come forward, letting the chin drop down to the chest, the shoulders come forward. I'm going to let the body fall forward as far as it feels comfortable for my back, for my hips. Then I'm curling back up again, extending my way through, pushing forward through the front of the chest. I'm going to look forward, look up, look back, and then release, tucking the chin in, rounding the back, falling forward as far as I feel comfortable dropping. And then I'm curling back. Extending your way through last time, trying to create as much space at the front of the body as you can. Opening up that front line. And then release and coming back. One hand on the belly, one hand on the back. Take your back. Give yourself a clap on that. Any question or anything as usual, please say. Remember, you need to unmute yourself.